Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Watch World, and today we are going to be taking a look at the new releases from Rolex at this year's Watches and Wonders Festival. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the new releases from Rolex during the Watches and Wonders Festival this week. I'd love to hear what you think of these watches down in the comments. Let me know whether you like them, whether you dislike them. We've got quite a lot to get through, so we're going to get straight into it. So starting with the Cosmograph Daytona. Now there was a lot of speculation about this watch because it is the 60th anniversary of that watch this year. There has been changes to it, but there's only really been minor changes. So yeah, maybe not as much as people were expecting, but we're going to go through it now, what they've done with the Daytona. So we'll start with the case back. The Daytona now has a display case back, not on all of the models, just on the new Platinum version. So that was a surprise for me. Rolex usually don't do display case backs, but it's great to see that movement inside the watch without having to remove the back of the case. But yeah, only available on the Platinum version. So there have been some changes to the dials of the Daytona. The sub dials are now slimmer, as you can see from the picture here, and the hour markers are actually also more slender and longer. I like those two changes to the dial. I think it makes it look more sleek, makes it look more modern, and yeah, personally I prefer the new dials a lot more than what we had on the previous Daytonas. The case has also changed, and this is something that I'm personally not a fan of. If you notice here in the picture, the ceramic bezel versions of the Daytona now have they're now kind of enveloped in the case. You'll see the metal ring there going around the outside of the bezel. It does help with protection. That's the idea of it. It's supposed to protect the bezel because it's ceramic. It can chip and shatter. So yeah, it's designed to protect, which is good. That's a good feature to have. But from an aesthetic point of view, I personally not a huge fan of this feature. The new Daytonas are also fitted with a brand new movement. This is the caliber 4131 from Rolex. The previous Daytonas had the 4130 movement. So the new movement features Paraflex shock absorbers. This helps protect the watch when it gets banged or knocked or anything like that. It also has a new optimized ball bearing, which helps enhance the self-winding mechanism of the watch, and it also features a new escapement to help reduce energy loss inside the movement. So the watches are remaining at 40mm, and there are 4 new options to choose from. The Platinum version can be bought in either the standard hour markers that you find on a Daytona or a diamond set hour marker dial. If you go onto Rolex's website, the price is listed at price on request, so you imagine this piece is going to go for quite a high fee. Then we have the stainless steel version with the classic white panda dial and the black dial, same as before. These versions can be purchased at retail for around €15,300. Now, that is the retail price. Realistically, very few people are going to be able to buy the watches at that price. We all know the story with Rolex and prices and not being able to get them and limited availability and all that stuff. These are going to go for way higher on the secondary market. So the next one we have is the all gold version. Now there's a few different dial variations, as you can see here, and they all come on the Oysterflex rubber strap. They will be retailing at €31,300, except for the diamond set hour marker version, which is €2,000 more expensive at €33,100. And lastly, we have the two-tone version, which again comes with different dial variations. These are going to be listed at €19,800, and the diamond set dial, again, a little more expensive at €21,800. So that's the Daytonas. Moving on next, we have the Rolex 1908, which sees Rolex trying to move back into dress watch territory. We know they did this with the Cellini. It wasn't a popular release at all, but I think this new Rolex 1908 could very well be a popular release. So this is the Perpetual 1908. It is designed or inspired by the Oyster Perpetual from 1931. It is very, very gorgeous. I think it has a lot of vintage vibes, obviously, as it's inspired by an old watch. And the name 1908 came from the year that Rolex registered its name with for a trademark in Switzerland, which was in 1908. So the watch is available in white gold or yellow gold, and also in black or white dials for either metal. So you have 4 options there to choose from, and it also has a display case back as well, so you can get a look at that movement inside. So we also have a brand new movement inside this watch. This is the caliber 7140 from Rolex, fitted with all the same escapements, shock absorbers that I mentioned with the Daytona, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. Has a power reserve of 66 hours and an accuracy rating of plus or minus 2 seconds a day. There is also a new jewel clasp which features 2 folding symmetrical blades, which guarantees for easy operating of the opening and closing mechanism, securing the alligator leather strap on your wrist. This is a 39mm watch with 18 karat yellow or white gold. The white gold version is going to retail at €23,600, and the yellow gold version slightly less expensive at €22,400. So yeah, let us know what you think of this in the comments. Are Rolex finally going to conquer the dress watch side of watchmaking? Next up, we have the Yacht-Master 42, which has been released in titanium. Now, titanium, being a much lighter metal than steel, will make this watch much lighter on your wrist. So on this piece we have a Cerachrome bezel insert in matte black ceramic with raised and polished numerals, and a titanium bezel with satin finishes carried over onto the side of the links and clasp and crown guards. So the watch is available in 42mm and just in that black dial titanium version that you see here in the pictures, and is retailing at €14,250. And lastly, we have the Sky Dweller. Well, lastly for this video anyway. I know Rolex have released a lot more models than this, but I'm going to stick with these 4 in this video, and then there's going to be another video talking about all the other models that Rolex have released. So white gold is back on the Sky Dweller, and for the first time ever on an Oyster Flex strap. We also have the standard clasp on the back with the glide lock extension system. These watches feature the caliber 9002, which is again updated with all the new shock absorbers, escapements, and oscillating weight. It also has that second time zone ring in the center of the watch, which is the main standout feature, as we all know, of the Sky Dweller. The Oyster Steel and white gold version is available on a Jubilee bracelet with green, blue, white or black dials, and will be retailing at €16,100 and is made in 42mm. Then we have the all white gold version on the Oyster Flex strap, which is available in black and white dials and retails at €43,300. And lastly, the Ever Rose gold version is available in white, chocolate, slate grey and a blue-green dial, and as you can see, there is price on request. So those are the new releases for this video. If I personally had to pick my favourites from this video, it would be the Yacht-Master in titanium and the Ever Rose gold blue-green dial Sky Dweller. That watch is absolutely cracking. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments of these new releases, and I will see you in the next video where we'll be discussing the other watches that Rolex have released. Until then, take care for now.